There's a kind of quiet that single parents know. It's the quiet that shows up at the end of the day when the house finally settles and the last light switches off. Your body stops moving for the first time in hours. You sit down, not for rest, but because there's nowhere left to stand, and it hits you. You've been holding everything. Not just the logistics, not just the meals or the homework or the work deadlines. You are holding the safety of the house, the emotional temperature of the day, the decisions that no one else sees that you make, and the weight of knowing that if something needs to happen, you're the only one who will make it happen. Underneath all of that, your own health has been trying to keep up, trying to get your attention, trying to stay afloat while you carry the load that never, ever fully puts itself down. See, people on the outside see the visible parts, the drop-offs, the errands, the work, the constant motion, but they don't see the part where you're raising a human, managing your own heart, and trying to stay connected to your health in a way that doesn't make it feel like one more job on a list that already feels impossible. This conversation is for every single parent who carries more than people realize. The mothers, the fathers, grandparents, guardians, anyone who wakes up knowing that the responsibility is yours alone and goes to bed knowing that tomorrow will ask for the same level of strength all over again. Whether you're well or you're sick, you will be the one counted upon to be there for all the moments. Moments that make your chest tighten, your brain fog over, your body feel heavier than it should. Moments where your health feels like the first thing to slip, even though it's the thing that you need the most. Today is a shout out for all of my fellow single parents out there who are trying to move differently inside those moments. Not by pushing harder, but by using self-compassion to steady, reconnect, and take the next small step toward health without getting lost in the process. Welcome to episode 61 of Making Mel Health in the Hustle. This podcast is a place where motherhood meets muscle, ambition meets exhaustion, and figuring out how to prioritize my health journey into the insanely beautiful chaos of a busy life is what I talk about. Some days it'll look messy, some days flawless, but no matter what kind of day I'm having, I can assure you, I will tell the truth and do my best to give you some good ideas and insight to help you prioritize your own journey. So, single parenting. Yesterday I spent all day in bed sick as a dog. I don't know if I had some kind of bug or what happened, but I was down for the count. As a single mother, I am continually prepared for these scenarios, as I always have a frozen pizza or leftover or some kind of backup meal that my daughter can throw together. However, as a budding chef who feels like TikTok is her guide, my daughter loves to experiment. I came out this morning after an entire day in bed to a sink full of dishes and a kitchen to clean. Now, did she do a great job taking care of her mother and herself yesterday? Of course. But did she follow through with all the parts the same way that I do? No. She's still learning and still a kid. She is not a fully functioning adult and cannot operate like one, nor should I expect that. See, there's a kind of responsibility that never makes it onto a checklist. It's the constant anticipating, remembering, adjusting, the emotional labor of being the only steady one in the house. And while you're doing all that, your body's trying to negotiate with stress levels, sleep, energy, hormones, appetite, nervous system. You're not just doing tasks. You are carrying the entire atmosphere of your home, and your body's going to feel that. You might notice it when you're tired but wired, maybe hungry but too busy to eat, when you want to move your body, but it's already drained from all the things that you've taken care of all day long. There are days when you're trying to make the healthy choices, but you're stretched thin in every single direction. The weight of the day isn't heavy because you're weak. It gets heavy because you're carrying all of it by yourself. It's just the life. When you are the only adult taking care of everything, you don't get the same breaks that other people may get. There's no handoff. There's no moment where someone steps in. There's no shared load. So your nervous system stays on alert even when you're exhausted. You may notice it in small ways, like when you sit down but your mind keeps running, or when you try to rest but your body stays tense. You may want to slow down, but your brain is already on the thing, 5 things ahead. You want to eat something nourishing, but you're too overwhelmed to figure out what it could be. Sometimes the overload shows up as shutdown. And shutdown is normal for people when your brain has reached its limit. When your brain freezes, that is not some kind of failure. It's protection. It's your body saying, this is just too much right now. And when you're carrying so much, freeze happens before burnout. It's your system trying to keep you safe. And sometimes your health decisions get caught in the crossfire. There are days when a handful of crackers and tears in the shower at the end of the day becomes the only option because you're trying so hard to carry all the things, be the responsible adult, and still make ends meet. I know. I've been there. Being the only adult in a room changes you. It forces you to grow in ways that you did not plan for. You become the sole decision maker, the problem solver, the emotional anchor, the one who figures everything out even when you're scared and not sure. And your health journey has to shift too. You start choosing habits that fit inside real life, like becoming a crock pot professional, which I've done. You have to notice what your body needs because nobody else is going to remind you, except your body when you don't give it enough rest. It seems to do a good job of that. Your well-being isn't optional. It's part of the structure that keeps your home standing. You need the water and the healthy nourishment. Your body may need the workout at the end of an exhausting day because it may be the difference between going to bed feeling tired and accomplished or wanting to scream because you're frustrated and can't go to sleep. There's a quiet realization that every single parent has at one point or another. You cannot afford to just survive. You need to focus on your own well-being to take care of the others around you. Coach Val often says, you come first right after me. And if you don't live out that message, you end up in a situation where you crumble and the people around you are not going to get what they need anyway. Focusing on your needs allows you to become steadier, stronger, and more capable than you've ever imagined. And your health needs to be the central focus of your effort, not the crumbs left at the end of the day. See, health isn't a luxury, especially when you're carrying more. It's part of the job. Your health becomes part of the responsibility. Showing yourself love allows you to give love. Your energy and stability become the safety net. Your nervous system becomes the emotional thermostat for the entire house, which means you set the temperature. Your actions get to decide if it's going to be tense and chaotic or calm and peaceful. Focusing on your health and well-being is about staying steady enough to lead your life instead of reacting to it. It's about noticing when your body is asking for help and giving yourself permission to pause, breathe, eat, move, and rest, even when the day feels full. Self-care is not indulgence. It is structural support, maintenance, and survival. There are days when I have papers due and work and dinner to make, and all I can think about is going to the gym and picking up heavy things and putting them back down. See, the gym is my solace in a life that often feels storm-like. What you do to take care of yourself doesn't have to be complex. It just has to be consistent. You don't need some full overhaul of your life to feel supported. You just need the small anchors that fit in your life. A grounding moment in the morning, or a pause before reacting. Taking that deep cleansing breath when you feel overwhelmed, overloaded, and on the verge of breaking. Making a simple meal that doesn't tag in decision fatigue. Maybe it's a short walk that helps you reset your mind. Just a tiny action that reminds you you're still in your life, not just managing it. These small movements are the anchors that support you and remind you that you're still human, while carrying a load feels like anything but. If no one has said it to you lately, you're doing something pretty remarkable. You're raising a human being while trying to take care of yourself. And honestly, it's a load that would crush some people, but you still show up with a quiet courage that deserves to be acknowledged. We were never supposed to be superhuman, even though life often demands it. As a single parent, you're carrying the mother load, the father load, the everything load, and you're doing it while navigating your own health in real time, in the middle of real life, without a pause button or a backup plan. You deserve support, rest, and a life that feels like yours. And it is essential that your health is part of that life, not something you squeeze in when everything else is done. Even if it doesn't always feel like it, you're building that life one ordinary day at a time. Every small choice, every moment of compassion, every time you listen to your body instead of ignoring it, that's you creating a steadier, safer, more sustainable life for all of you. You are living a life with a level of responsibility that most people will never understand, and you're still finding ways to take care of yourself inside it. So keep choosing your health, even when it feels inconvenient or out of reach. Choose the small, steady steps, the ones that quietly sustain you. Those moments matter so much. Every ordinary day that you keep going, every small choice that you make for your own well-being is proof that you're creating a life that supports you as much as you support everybody else. Until next time, onward and upward, my friends.